I'm down here to, I was sent down here, looking to have some fun, and we had a really good day today, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Do you have any sense as to whether there's a path for you to return to the Sharks? And do you want to return to the Sharks, or is your main goal is to get back to the NHL no matter where that might be?
I think we have a good plan in place. I'm not going to get into that too much, but I'm looking forward to it.
What do you think you need to show people, whether it's Sharks or another organization, to get back to themselves?
I came in today the same person, same teammate, same player that I was, and everything went great. I think there's been a lot of misinformation that's been said, but I can only control how I act and what I do here, and that's what I'm doing.
The misinformation, did that hurt you? What was your reaction to the top?
Oh, I mean, it's happened my whole career. I mean, we'd be here all day if I got into it.
And throughout this whole process, was there any time you did some soul searching on your part just to reflect on what's been going on?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of different changes, good changes for me in my life. It maybe doesn't appear that way, but I at the end of the day, there's hockey and then there's life, and you have to make certain decisions that, maybe from being a public figure, obviously get a little bit more attention than maybe some other people. So obviously there's been some tough things to deal with personally, but I think we're in a really good spot now.
Evander, you reported that you had submitted a paid vaccine card to the International League. Can you say if that was accurate, and what were some of the reasons maybe you did that?
Yeah, you'll have to refer to the NHL statement that they put out via the suspension. I served my time, did my 21 games, and now I'm back.
I guess, was there some hesitancy, vaccine hesitancy on your part?
You know what? I'm fully vaccinated, and that's really all I have to say about it.
Do you feel like you're active, or how do you feel like you've been skating, just getting back to hockey?
I feel good. I've been skating for the last 3 weeks here, so I feel good. I had a few days off recently, but yeah, I feel really good. It was nice to get out with the guys and pass the puck and shooting a couple of goalies for the first time in a little bit, but no, conditioning's great. Feel good, feel ready.
How have those first initial conversations been with Roy and some of the Barracuda?
Roy, we had Roy a couple of years ago as an assistant, so I know Roy. He's really easy to get along with, and we had a few good laughs this morning. And, like I said, it's the first day, but it's been fun so far.
Have you spoken or heard from any of the Sharks players at all during this time, or last month?
No, I've been doing my own thing, getting myself prepared, and handling my business, as I'm sure they have.
Did you get any sense there was an issue last year in the dressing room?
No, it was, I don't think you're going to have a group of people for, call it, there was COVID last year, shortened season, 150 days, 160 days, get along perfectly. But I think there's been a big misconception of the entire team or multiple players. I think it's, it's funny, I had my end of the year meeting last year, and it was nothing positive, and how great I was with the young guys, and how great of a season I had. But apparently something happened in the summer that I was unaware of, so it was all new to me and news to me. So it was interesting.
How are you willing to be that? At some point, obviously, you have the talent to be in the NHL, not here. So,
thank you.
How are you willing to be down here to wait for this to play out?
I'm under contract with the Sharks. They've sent me down. I have shown up and will continue to show up. And I look forward to whatever is to come here in the next week or so.
I think you have a great team, by trade clause.
Mm-hmm.
You would just expand that a little bit.
I have that in there for a reason. And that's my right. And, I'll let my agent and them handle that part. But no, if it's definitely nice to have that in my contract, because it is important.
You mentioned you're in a better place now. What got you here as far as just working with Feds, what was some of that?
No, I mean, I filed for bankruptcy last year, had my best season ever. Touched on that a little bit last year. Personal issues and my job don't go hand in hand. I'm able to kind of block that out and do my best on the ice to perform at a high level, which I've proven to do so. And I think for me, when you're going through certain issues, they just take time and you can't control that. So I've just been going with the process with some of those issues, or not even issues necessarily, but just things that happen in life. And it's just time.
There's a lot of young guys on this team. Does anybody know of you today?
Anybody know? John Leonard. John Leonard was on. I was sitting beside him in the room, and he was actually my stallmate. And I don't know. Yeah, Magna had to pick up his jaw off the floor, so he was really happy to see me.
You were speaking a lot with Ryan Berkeley, so I'm just trying to finish. What's kind of the...
Trying to get him to work harder. I'm just kidding. No, he's he's a good player, and we were just talking, fun guy to be around.
How long do you think it might take you to get to game shape, start to make a fair game out of games this weekend and Abbotsford, a possibility?
Yeah, I won't be going to Abbotsford or playing in those games, but in terms of my condition and shape, I mean, you can really only be in game shape by playing games. But in terms of next best thing, I think I'm right there. So like I said, I've been skating for the last 3 weeks and feel good.
The off the field stuff that you talked about, is that
Off the ice stuff.
Off the ice stuff, yeah, excuse me. Is that part of the misinformation that you talked about, and do you have any other comment on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, part of that is, and I get it, certain media, they like to make it about the juicy stuff that is always alleged or whatever it may be, but there's never the same reporting with the same conviction about the facts. So, some of that stuff kind of gets taken out of context and the narrative gets skewed and details get lost. So, that can be frustrating. I think anybody in that position can understand that. But, like I said, it's part of the process. It's part of the job I do. So I don't let it bother me or affect me.
Just a quick follow-up, Evander, I may have touched on it earlier, but to what extent, what do you want the fans to know about to what extent some of these personal things might be a distraction for you wherever you end up?
Well, I mean, for crying out loud, I think I filed for bankruptcy like a week before the season started, so I don't know how much more of a personal distraction that would be for myself. I don't know about the team. I don't know why that would affect anybody else, but like I said, I'm able to handle my business and on and off the ice, and that's what I've proven to do. That's what I'll continue to do. And when it comes to I don't even understand your question really.
Well, just these distractions, are you able to stay focused on hockey in your career with this other stuff going on?
Yeah, I mean, I had my best season last year, right? So I've been dealing with a lot of things throughout my career, and I've been able to stay focused on the ice. I think, I pride myself in bringing something to each and every game. Obviously, you're not going to score every game, but bringing something positive to the team to give ourselves the best chance to win, and I'll continue to do that.
There were some pretty serious hockey allegations in terms of the betting and throwing games. When you saw that, obviously, I know you denied that, when you saw, did you have to reach out to people and say, hey, this is not true, or how did you
No.
how much that hurt to see that?
It's unfortunate. We live in a world right now where you can accuse somebody of literally anything, whether you know them, whether you've seen them. You can say anything, and it affects people, especially people in positions of power, people that are public figures, and obviously people who are in sports like myself. And obviously, I understood the seriousness of those allegations right away. It was definitely surprising to see, but I genuinely was not worried one bit about it, because they were obviously false. It was obviously, for me, certain motives behind that, but that didn't really make a lot of sense at the time. But yeah, it wasn't something I lost any sleep over. It was definitely not great to be associated with that at the time. But the league investigated me heavily, and I know I interviewed a bunch of different people, and found what they found, which was nothing, so.
Do you have to reach out to people to say, hey, this is not privately, or is your statement enough?
No, I think, anybody who's played with me or coached me knows how competitive I am, almost to a fault sometimes, so that would probably be the last thing anybody would suspect.